Preeti, if I could just start with you first. You know, what's really interesting, you know, a lot of the Congress opposition and a lot of the Congress criticism on how the BJP manages its social space is that they insist that, you know, this is something which is done in a very organized way, while the party has constantly said that this is volunteer work done by a lot of people, but it's clearly no longer volunteer. In the last 4 years, organizations have been picked up and have been told to, in fact, create this huge space where Narendra Modi, who's obviously a key prime ministerial candidate, is looking to try and make his mark over everybody else.
No, see, let me start by first telling you that, you know, it's so sad that the social media is such a wonderful way in which the government can get a public opinion immediately, a feedback. As soon as they've taken a decision, you get a feedback on things. But instead of taking this positively, you know, and making use of it, they have continuously tried to throttle us, first by, you know, blocking accounts, trying to block accounts, and very clearly those accounts were very pro-Modi and very pro-BJP. Those accounts are blocked, no reasons given absolutely. Then there was a 66A. I mean, such things, you know, it's not right to do something like this. That's what I feel.
Surya, I mean, one of the arguments that has been made against the Congress for a lot is that they're being, in a sense, a little bit of a sour grapes. They clearly haven't managed to create their space in the cyber world, and in a sense, that's the reason they're using to constantly attack BJP for trolling. I mean, it's not as if the Congress doesn't troll.
No, it's not about Congress. It's about the government.
That is a complete misnomer. If you really look at how Congress and BJP leaders are participating in social media, it's quite different. I mean, you just have to compare Tharoor and Narendra Modi. I mean, Tharoor is somebody who's out there. He's tweeting about his work. He's constantly, tweeting about current events. He's interacting with people on current events. Whereas if you take Modi, I mean, he just, that account just tweets. I don't think even, Modi even tweets himself. He just put, his PR just puts tweets out there, and he doesn't respond to anybody. He doesn't interact. And I think that is the huge difference between how users are supposed to interact on Twitter. If you take Obama actually engages with his supporters, even his opponents, he replies to them. And this is the big qualitative difference you find between Tharoor and Modi. And to me, there is actually no comparison between the two. Tharoor is far ahead in effective use of social media. Modi is using it for PR.
Preeti, I'm just going to give you a chance to respond. Let the panelists speak, whatever he has to say, then you can respond.
Yes.
But before you respond, I want to bring in Ajoy. Ajoy, this whole competition, this war in a sense of who's going to get the maximum number of followers, what does it really mean in the end? I mean, it's clear that Congress is in a bit of a back foot as far as the social media is concerned. They're trying to get ahead in a sense. They're trying to match up in a sense. BJP is far ahead, but Narendra Modi doesn't really have a personalized account at all. And we've gone over this time and time again.
Kashish, it's really amusing for me as a journalist to see the Congress and BJP fighting with each other over the social media. I think all of us agree here that social media is a very powerful medium. But in India, Modi's social media campaign is typical just for the very fact that it is a consolidation of support for one individual leader, unlike other unlike the Arab Spring, unlike in Anna Hazare movement, where people gathered together for a particular cause, like corruption or toppling the government. But here, it is a consolidation of support for a person who aims to become a prime minister. So we as citizens of India, I think we should be a little more skeptical about how the voluntary support that the BJP is trying to project. We need to be a little skeptical about this fact and look into little detail. We should look into what kind of content the social media, more than the social media war that Congress is trying to put up with. So it should be we should debate more about the content of the Modi's campaign or Shashi Tharoor's campaign.
Yeah.
So, and we need to ask these questions. Is Modi's campaign free from the Hindutva politics? Or we need to ask Shashi Tharoor that does he have something to talk about the poor people of the country? And because these people are fighting politically ahead of 2014 elections.
Yeah.
So we need to ask these questions which are pertinent and relevant for the people of India and not for only these two parties.
All right. So of course you're bringing up that point, Ajoy, which is very clear. But I just want to go back to Preeti and Surya as well. Both of you. Preeti, there was an article recently which said that Narendra Modi has enlisted India's original .com poster boys Rajesh Jain and Mahesh to drive his social media campaign in the run-up. And they're putting together a 100-member team to ensure that he basically occupies the biggest chunk of the online space. So how can you, in a sense, say that, every single follower that he has, which is more than 10 million followers, is, these are all people who support him, who support his who are loyal to his politics, who are loyal to his ideology? Because a lot of his tweets are basically things like, Makar Sankranti mein ka Shubh Din. I mean, they're not personalized tweets. They don't reflect his thought.
Man. No, he's discussing everything from his governance to what the results he's achieved in Gujarat to what he even hopes to do in the future. I mean, you have to follow his tweets. The gentleman here was talking about, wanting to know more about what the BJP is going to be ahead of 2014. What are their policies and manifesto, and even Mr. Tharoor. And it's a great way of asking them and engaging with them and finding out from them what exactly they want to do and clarify it to the people. And we should use it to our advantage rather than trying to say that it's a paid campaign and this and that. This is a one-on-one communication.
Surya, is it
Social
a one-on-one?
Social media is the only medium that is a two-way communication, ma'am.
Surya,
we must give it credit.
From a man who is now in charge of Congress's social media campaign, Shashi Tharoor, who's really the original Twitter person, as it were, who's very personalized in his tweets, although he's also been criticized very often for not retweeting any criticisms. Do you think Narendra Modi's Twitter account is a way of him engaging with the people who he's hoping will also come out to the polls and vote for him?
Let's look at the facts. Let's look at the facts. Narendra Modi never responds to anybody. He does not reply to anybody. If you take, other BJP leaders like Sushma Swaraj, she ends up blocking more BJP people than Congress people. So I think, to say that BJP is somehow ahead in the social media campaign is pretty ridiculous. Really, they are just using this for PR to actually push their ideology, whereas people like Tharoor are actually using it to communicate. So that is actually the big difference between the way the two sides are using social media.
I would like to comment on the PR.
Ajoy, I find it interesting that both of them are saying that, their leaders are trying to communicate with all of these people who are tagging them on social media. But so many of these people are young, urban, many of them are students as well. How many of these people are actually just going to go out and get to the polls on the final day when it actually all really matters, given that one of the biggest criticisms against the urban middle class has also been that we talk a lot, but we never really go out and translate that into votes?
Yeah, but that's always a problem, because since the history of in all the Indian elections have always pointed out that the urban, upwardly mobile middle class have never come out and voted for a leader or a party. But the thing is, I'll agree that the BJP was quick to appropriate much of the space in the social media platforms.
Absolutely, yeah.
But the problem here is what the Congress is trying to do is not engage those things in a better way. Or for example, there are two things I would like to point out. The BJP, while being aware of the limited reach of social media, we should always also be aware of the fact that social media, in whatever is written in social media, there's no way you can verify those facts. For example, the BJP claims that $876 million of investment reached Gujarat in just 2 or 3 years, which is more than China's FDI's invitation.
Yeah.
So there's nothing like that.
No way to really get a
So
sense of
plus
it.
the two things that any journalist can easily identify with BJP's or Modi's specifically campaigns is that it's very, very virile, masculine and aggressive in approach, trying to woo the upwardly mobile people who have a certain kind of disdain towards issues of like corruption or misgovernance. And the second thing is that it's it doesn't have any people in it. It doesn't have anything to talk about Dalits. It does not have anything to talk about OBCs or construction workers or women. It has some schemes for women empowerment, but it doesn't have a vision for women. So what are we going? Are we choosing a leader on the basis of what social media unverified facts?
Yeah.
and all those kind. I mean, in Frontline, we have done reports
But
where
Ajoy, I
it's
want
an
to ask you
organized
one thing.
effort.
Of course,
Yes, sir.
you know, you're
Yes,
making a
I-
very valid point that
Yeah.
people in the
I would
cyberspace
like to
really
respond
have
on
very
this
little
one.
understanding of what's happening on the ground. But is this also largely becoming a space where ideology and the kind of ideas that are being floated around are, you know, are verified or not verified, but they're becoming influential? Do you think?
You know, I think the social media war that is going on between the Congress and the BJP, the ideology or the concerns of the people are being hidden out of public, or is being thrown out of the public
Right.
imagination, because
Right.
it's a personal warfare where politics is not discussed, but it's a war game, a personal.
And
There's
perhaps,
Modi speaking.
and perhaps
Yeah.
many politicians would do well to actually focus on what's happening on the ground. But